look. So here's what I'll say. Um, Show us your doll, Tibbs. So what? He's got a sex doll. Okay, it's not like a big deal. This guy's close to the edge. Tread lightly. No, I think he knows what he's doing. No, Milky, I don't think you're a diddler. I don't think you're a diddler. I don't think you're a diddler. Fuck Tibbs, Marty's just desperate for attention. Well, I've always been cool with the guy. He's always welcome here. Wait, Sarks is a diddler. Sarks is a diddler, for sure. I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, so you're saying you're backstage. Okay, let's see. Tibbs.
Hello, Marty.
Is this Tibbs?
Yes, it is.
Does anyone recognize his voice? I don't.
How about my face?
Oh, okay. Mr. Tibbs, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. So from what I understand, like you've been, like trying to be an ardent defender of Cyrax as of late.
It's a little more complicated than that, but if you want to call it that, sure.
Well, that's just my basis surface level understanding. Like, can you elaborate? What makes it more complicated?
I was targeted by trolls, rank material trolls specifically, for speaking out against a child predator. It has been 2 years of absolute ass.
Yeah.
Again, calling it a child predator, we should all be on the same page about that, right? And then I noticed that everything they were doing to me, they were doing to Cyrax. So I figured I'd take a deep dive, and I found a lot of inconsistencies with. Well, I don't think we should be listening to just the troll side of things, to be fair.
No, I couldn't agree more. Look, I've never called you a child predator because I've never seen anything that would indicate that you are.
WTRD wants people to believe that so bad because of Marks, which again I think makes him an idiot. But Marks the noob also has said some questionable things about how it was okay with what April was doing. Marks also a member of rank material, targeted me for 2 years, so I can almost let his BS go. I'm taking Cyrax out of the trolls side of things.
Okay, I'll tell you this: like everything I've seen, you seem to be a smart guy. You seem to be a intelligent guy. You seem to be a respectful guy. I don't know that you've ever strangled your grandmother, right?
No.
Are you going to deny that Cyrax has strangled his grandmother?
He has admitted to doing a lot of stupid things out of pressure, bullshit, stress, high-end stupid decisions. But the one thing does not hold is predator. Is he an idiot? Yes. Has he made stupid decisions? Oh, hell yes.
Well, so so hang on. Have you ever heard about his interactions with Billy?
Yes, I have. Another one of those classic stupid decisions. But then, if I understand, they were 6 months apart. And where were all the parents and police during the situation? They're both very young.
So I can tell you this: that, to the best of my understanding, the police did not think it was worth prosecuting because, in my opinion, at the time, homosexuals were not considered to be on a level playing field as far as rights go. For example, like the people that killed Matthew Shepard, I don't think they were held properly accountable.
I'm not familiar with the Matthew Shepard situation.
Yeah, he got dragged behind a truck. It's
Oh yeah, that would be fucked up then.
Yeah. So that's my explanation on that. The school, however, did expel him. Why do you think he was expelled?
I don't understand that though. If the blind Billy guy was innocent, why did he get expelled?
Let's just think about that though. Why would Sarks always said that he was expelled to protect him. I don't think that any victims would get expelled from school for.
Yeah, that doesn't add up.
That's
why I ask so many questions. But when I started asking Sarks, I was trying to look into this from both sides, and I was met with death threats, slander, threats to have my cat raped. That's still
sure. I'm not going to say the trolls don't take things way too far, but some people, and I'm not saying that you're one of them, but I think that some people do deserve, some punitive measures.
Well, what I'm looking at here is the solution to the problem is that the trolls really do have something going on here. I would like to know without all the violent hostility. So what I figured I would do is remove Cyrax from responding to trolls on any level. I would also monitor his emails, which I am doing in real time. I see all the emails from William Glory Hole and the other people. And then I'm also measuring his messenger. It's going to be like a 2-year thing, pretty much, of just keeping an eye on things and seeing every single thing behind the scenes. And he's already agreed to this, if he is a predator, I'm going to kill him. He knows this. Yes. Call it whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Now, if he's not a predator, well, he better take this win in life and not fuck it up twice, because I'm not going to get him pulled out of trolls a second time.
There have been people like realistically, I think he's always going to be at the center and focus of internet trolls. It's too late to ever escape that.
I do disagree. I think the trolls, they say don't feed the trolls. They say nothing about.
Yeah, sure, because they feed off of reactions. Sure.
They say nothing about feeding them poison.
Yeah. Sure. No, I mean that's fair. And this Classic Games Canada, silly guy. He says, I don't know if this is true or not, but do you have like what's the age range of your moderators?
I don't have any moderators at the moment other than Kersey and Elias and a few other people.
Okay. Have you ever had any like underage moderators?
In the past, yes, but that's because we didn't know they're underage till after the fact. Then we purged them all.
After you found out, it was just like you got rid of them.
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
After you found out that they were children, you stopped interacting with them.
Well, there was only ever in the live chats to begin with. Okay. It was PG up until April, and the ranked group people kept bringing in sex and pedophile and everything else. Yeah. Anyone who was watching these streams didn't see that in any capacity till they brought it up. To be fair, that's the only reason why they were ever put in the front of it in the first place. And that was never of my decision. Pissed me right the fuck off.
What up, Gigi? Yo. Yeah, Tibbz, do you ever think you look at Cyrax, you obviously felt sorry for him, as do a lot of people. Like they see, this, fucking unfortunate fellow, you know what I mean, who really got some, like a bad deal at things, being born with all these defects and stuff. But do you ever think that despite all that, and people can hate the guy, that there must be some substance to it? Like, doesn't that carry some weight in your logic process?
Are you gonna have to either dumb down that answer or get to a point so I can actually answer it? Are you asking me if I feel bad for him and that's why I'm helping him?
Well, you could start with that. Sure. Yeah.
No, I don't believe that's the case at all.
Okay, so
I do know that
you don't feel bad for him.
No. He's admitted to making mistakes and fucking up a lot of things. But you know what's the saying? One good lie can destroy a life.
Well, yes, but the person who got expelled from school for a sex act with a blind guy, and strangled his grandmother.
Okay, I have a follow-up to that one actually.
And it wasn't the first time. He used to hide in the women's changing room in the high school and beat off when the fucking women would come in and stuff, or girls, and he got
follow-up
caught.
Question works there too.
He got caught doing that. And the thing is, it shows, at the same time, he was a boy at the time, maybe like a 19, 20-year-old, 22, 24-year-old high school student, I guess. But, it shows that there was something there. There was a problem there, and without proper help.
And just curiosity, proper help would include doxing, targeting their family.
No. Proper help at the time when he's a child, you know what I mean? If he had a caregiver could recognize this stuff.
You do realize the police why nobody did anything, right? if these things were really real. Let's say the trolls didn't manipulate this information, which is entirely possible based off the way they've gone about things. It's hard to tell anymore. But do you really think that people doing what they've did in the troll communities and the way they've gone about things ever made it possible to hold this guy accountable if he was in fact guilty?
Well, it's the only account he's ever going to be held to, because the police, like, they won't do anything.
And yet they haven't because of how far people have gone to try
No,
and
man,
slam
just
this
take a look at any city street, like on any
I
city.
don't
Like,
care about
you'll
city
see
streets. I care about
mentally
I
ill
care
people
about
wandering around, like
yeah,
criminals,
think about
you
that.
know.
But think about that. But that's not really an excuse here. Think about it. If you really want the police to hold this guy accountable, people in the troll communities, or what we're going to call troll groups, I guess,
There's not a will
doxing,
for it, man.
just hear me out here. Because
Jeffrey
right now,
Jeffrey
no
Epstein had
Jeffrey
everybody
Epstein,
knew
we're not
about
allowed,
Epstein for years, and he was able
and no
to
one's
function.
allowed to, and no one's allowed to do anything about it, are they? No one. Now, how is doxing, targeting his family, calling the police for every 5 seconds, the swattings, everything else? How is that helping?
Yeah, I don't agree with
Put
swatting.
him
Like,
with,
that's clear.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
but see, how have those actions ever helped? If you want people to be against this guy, you do not create a history, if you will, of this kind of like bullshit. You got to call it out where it's at. Otherwise, he's never going to be held accountable if he did these things.
Well,
ever.
this is the punishment, man. Like, the punishment is this, like, you know what I mean? Like, all that bullshit.
Two Tibbz argument. Who are we to be the judge, jury, and executioner?
That is exactly my point. You let the law do their work.
Well, they don't. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Like,
So
exactly.
I mean, the counterpoint to that, Tibbz, I would say was: do you think that did Cyrus not go outside of his door onto public property and hit a man with a baseball bat? Like, to me,
I think that'd be very justified when a guy walks through your house on a T-shirt.
But according to the law, though, like that would, you know,
according to you, the law doesn't work.
Well, yeah, but I'm just asking you. No, like, so you're agreeing?
I would have hit the guy too. I would have hit the guy too personally.
But that would be an assault, though.
I think understandably considering the situation though, but look at the facts though. The way people have gone about this, that's why nothing ever happened.
So someone could hit you with a baseball bat if they have a problem with what you're doing in a public place?
If I walked to someone's house in a mask and antagonized their family, I would expect it.
Yeah, but on the street. If they weren't at your house, but were merely in front of your house.
It was directly in front of his house. He had no reason to be there. AOM wasn't even from the area.
But no, still, he was just exercising his First Amendment, and
your First Amendment does not include antagonizing a family.
Like, he is allowed to be there. Like,
he's allowed to hold the sign.
You know, it might have been.
Well, then I'm allowed to show up in front of it. Well, just look at this.
You are allowed to show up in front of people's houses.
That means I can show up in front of your mom's house and just antagonize her. Or
you can actually.
Yeah, you absolutely could.
Although, how would the people react to that kind of behavior? They'd be upset, wouldn't they?
Sure, but then if they go out and they hit somebody with a baseball bat, they should be held accountable, like as per the law.
Well, from what I understand, nothing happened because the law agreed with Cyrax.
So that just illustrates that the system is broken. So if you're talking about Blind Billy and his expulsion, why didn't the police do anything? It's because he's.
We have to look at that, though. I mean, forget Blind Billy, although include him at the same time. If all these things were accurate, the way people went about this, it killed your credibility and therefore gave him a freebie and a way out of the system.
Well, I had nothing to do with Blind Billy.
It had everything to do with Blind Billy.
I had nothing to do with him assaulting a blind boy.
That's not what I'm asked. That's not what I'm saying. If this began with Blind Billy, and then over the years he was a progressively worse human being.
That was before any trolls existed, though.
This has been a thing for a long time. 8 years, and you guys. I say you guys because I know
8 years.
Yeah,
7 years, 8 years.
It's not. It's not that.
Okay, give me
exact time
frame. It's 4 years. That's it.
3.5.
Well, 4 is still a long fucking time.
I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
I mean, at this point, I would say you guys could not do what you need to do. Move on to somebody who deserves this negative attention. Because apparently what's been going on has tainted any chance of him being held accountable. Now that's why I'm over here to make sure he's not.
So no, like formally, yes, I would agree with you. In a court of law, I'm not going to disagree with you there. But I do think that he'll never be able to escape this.
I
And
think
is
he
that
will
fair?
because of how people have gone about this. He'll always escape it. In
No, man.
fact,
Tibbs,
he
Tibbs is
already
going to
has.
turn on you. Like you're going to see in a matter of time, he's going to turn on you, and you're going to claim that you were doing it all the time to fuck with him, and you were never serious. You were just
I think
merely.
it's amusing. I think it's amusing how you know what I'm going
Yeah,
to say when you don't even know what's going to happen yet.
I do
See,
know what's going to happen.
if that happens, we'll already know where he stands. If that happens, we'll know why.
It is going to happen. It is.
Okay. Tell
Yeah,
me how you know this.
because I've been watching him for 4 years, and I know what he does. He's
You've been
very
watching for 4 years. May I ask why?
because
He's a
he's
fascinating guy.
entertaining. He's
Yeah.
fucking very fascinating.
So let me say this. Someone says I
No.
can find out Tibbz info if I need it. I don't want Tibbz info. I've been even, I don't have anything against the guy. We've, I don't know if you'd agree with this, but we've always had a respectful relationship.
Oh, I think it's been respectful.
Yeah.
I find things interesting and I find more and more things out and nothing negative, but I do like to know where you stand. So, Marty, I'd like to ask you the fair question. Am
Sure.
I a bad guy for outing April 23 for what she was doing to kids?
What April? I have no awareness of this. April 23. Are you referring to a date or a
Mhm.
person?
The person. She was a transgender predator who used Fortnite to lure in kids, YouTube to market it to kids, PlayStation to contact them, got them in their bedroom, and had sex with them. Then
Well,
she
so,
decided to target me and everyone around
so-
me before exposing that. And then the
Okay,
trolls
then
came
I
and
would say
targeted
that
as well.
if you were targeting somebody who used the internet to go after kids, then I don't think that what you did was wrong. I would think that person deserves the worst in the world.
Good. We're on the
So
same
then we're on the
page
same
then.
page with this sort of behavior then,
So, what
right?
makes it okay for Marks and WTRD and the rest of the rank material trolls to target me?
I don't know. I don't think that you should be targeted, but I think the people like April 23 should be targeted. I think the people like Chance should be
Well,
targeted. I think the people like
I'm
Rupert should be
I'm
targeted.
I'm going somewhere with this. What
Okay.
if I don't deserve to be targeted for any of that? Then why are these rank material trolls? Why is
So
WTRD
look,
even
I
doing
don't
that?
think that you should. I don't think that you should be. But that's the difference between you and Cyrax.
Well, I think that's the problem, though. Everything they did to Cyrax, they did to me. They said that I was a very interesting person for doing it.
But
Why was I a
you're very
target?
different than Cyrax though. Like were you ever expelled for sexual assault on a blind boy? No. Did you ever strangle your grandmother? No. Did you ever go after any kids? No. So that's why my stance is, and it'll remain the same. I don't think you deserve this harassment, and I might have to draw some lines in the sand here. Like I don't think that Tibbz deserve this sort of treatment. And if I have to like put up some like firm barriers, then that's what it'll be. But I don't think that Tibbz is a bad guy. I've seen no indication of the sort.
I don't really know much about Tibbs's history, so
That's fair.
yeah.
That's fair. I don't expect everybody to know or to agree with me on the fly or to like me as a person. But right now, that's the only reason I took Cyrax and decided to take him away from the troll shit. So that I would know, and since I can't ask them without being threatened nonstop, I figure I'll watch him over time, keep him away from as many people as possible, and do exactly what you guys want me to do, which is to show the truth on a level that he manages to get somewhere with closure. If he is a bad guy, I'm the guy who can do it. If he's
Well, I think you're
not, well,
standing in
no.
front of like a fucking force that, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
won't be able to.
So Tibbs, I know April 23 is a bad person. Like imagine that somebody prevented justice, and the only proper justice, since the law won't do anything, from them getting their just desserts. Like, that would be a problem, right?
Normally.
Yeah.
But then, think about it. You guys have, well, I say you guys, I did not mean you specifically, I mean in the troll sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
A
agree
lot
with
of
the people telling you.
a lot of trolls have made this such an ordeal that the law cannot step in. You remove the trolls. Now you guys are not there interfering in the situation, which means if he fucks up and you guys are not there to instigate any of it, now we can use that if it happens. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You guys want to be held accountable. You guys can't interfere on any level. That's why I'm telling him.
Okay, so as far as what do you think of the whole interactions with the I'm 30 but I look 14 stuff?
I think I have not seen these messages myself because after my ass for help, I get slandered and threatened to be murdered, which is bullshit.
So, like, are you shielding yourself from them, or
No, I'm trying to figure out exactly how to approach this shit without, getting my cat threatened to be raped again. I think
Well,
threatening to rape someone's cat is extremely stupid. That's a common thing now.
no?
But-
Well, you say you've done research, but you haven't done any research.
Let me respond though. From what I understand the situation, I've heard about these interactions. Now, from what I understand, he was well aware the person was well over the age of 18 because the sting operation person was really shitty.
He said,
at
"I'm 30, but I look 14." After the girl just said that she looked 14 and that she had to do her
Well,
homework.
Okay. This is what I'm looking at. He says he's 30, but he looks 14. She says she's over 18. She looks 14. They're still two adults acting weird, but they're still two adults.
But he, like, the girl just said that she was 14, and then his response was, "I'm 30, but I look 14."
Yeah, but I'm not seeing these in front of me at all. Again, I've been threatened instead of people just handing me over and tell me where to find them.
Okay,
you
so
have-
Why can't you look them up though? Like, you should do the legwork yourself before making a fucking stance supporting this guy. Like, you know what I mean? If you really believe that he deserves to be supported,
Anyone can fake messages, Anyone can fake messages.
But
Literally
so
anybody.
look, there's a boatload of videos of him telling multiple stories with a vast amount of inconsistencies. I
There
don't know
you
if any
go.
admitting to
That's
different
already,
details.
it's already a problem, though. If there's a vast amount of inconsistencies
on
that
Cyrex's
means-
end.
out of his
yeah,
mouth, like,
all in his end too. I mean, if there's that many inconsistencies
so what?
from
You
his
just
end, it's a bunch of lies.
if the police get a murderer in a questioning room and they say, where were you, last night? Oh, well, I was, out
Okay, I have a question.
I was out watching
Where-
a movie, and then they
Where are the
ask him
genuine
again,
child
and then he's
victims?
like, oh, I was at home watching TV.
Okay.
Do they just let him go?
Can I ask you another question?
Like, you seem to be ignoring, like, you seem to be trying to put blinders
Call it
on.
what you want.
Yeah.
No,
So
call it what you want. I'm
Tibbz
looking at this from a lot of perspective.
Tibbz raises a great question. Are there any actual child victims? No. However, Cyrus believed that he was talking to a child.
How do you know
Undeniable.
that? Because I have multiple testimonies, including Akron PD, saying otherwise.
Well,
I
so
don't know why the PD would have to lie about that.
So initially, when this first came out, he came out in a panic, like sweating. So I was talking to a young girl, and then I talked with her brother after he got home from practice or whatever, and things got hot and heavy, and I fucked up, and he deleted his channel, and it was she's only 14. She's like my sister.
I've heard otherwise about the whole channel deleting. That was from mass flaggings by certain people in the glory
No.
hole community.
No.
Then why is it backed up with fact then?
What is what?
That man, Cyrax, has every screenshot you could possibly humanly imagine from all this shit. Emails, text messages.
Well, all the
This
screenshots
man.
of other people.
And all the screenshots. He'll show you the screenshots that benefit him. Right?
You
He's
say
not
that,
going-
but then all the
Think that he's gonna
screenshots he
anything
shows,
incriminating?
they match in behavior to what those same people did to me when I reached out for their side of the story. N-word boy being one of them, which from what I hear, he's leaving
It's not
YouTube.
the same people though, man. Like, it's not the same people. This is stuff from like years ago into the community, man. It's not the people that
It's only been 4 years though.
Yeah, exactly.
How long
And that's
has
what I
N-word
mean.
Boy been- Like N-word boy wasn't
So,
around when this happened.
Right.
Well, N-word boy and his screenshots matched the behavior he showed towards me. Same with Glory Hole. Who else was involved here?
So as far as
Everybody, lots of people, man. People watching, like numerous people. It's
watching.
not
Anyone could watch. I'm asking who else was actually involved.
Yeah,
in this
but watching
situation.
Cyrax's videos, like through
Okay,
Cyrax.
forget his videos. Okay, what about the other side of the story? What
Yeah, but
about
this
the
is him
people-
admitting it. Like,
I don't care about the admission.
You don't care if he admits it. Like, I don't understand how
care
you can
about
ignore that.
I'm not ignoring that, but if you'd listen for 5 seconds, you'd hear what I'm trying to ask you. Let's say
Well, I got a
Cyrax is
video
meant-
here, so it's downloading, but we can watch together, and you can.
If
Tibbz, like-
Cyrax is mentally ill, okay, let's say he's completely psychotic and has no idea of right or wrong. Let's say he's done these things.
But he
I
does
care
know right
about
or
the-
wrong.
I don't give a flying fuck about Cyrax's side of the story at this point because he told it to me. Now, where's the other side of the story? Where's the people that actually went through this shit with him?
Yeah, but if you don't care, like,
I
what's your
do
moral
care.
stance?
I don't care about Cyrax. I've already listened to his side. Now let's hear the other side. Where are the victims? Where are the people that went through this with him? Where's the actual other side of that entire story?
So I mean, I'll ask Gigi first, and then there's no point even asking because I don't believe you've ever sent your penis to somebody that you thought was a child, right? I don't.
No, that would be disgusting.
Right. So, okay. So if Cyrax has, would you be willing to co-sign that behavior?
If he actually did it, no, I would have to shoot the fucking man.
Okay.
But Kate, being in her mid-30s, does not count.
Okay, this is done downloading. Let's see here.
He sent his dick pic to like so many people. I think hundreds of people actually.
Well, if they're adults, it's his business. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of my point. If there's actual child victims, then we need to know.
But hang on a second. If he just thinks the person's a child, what would you say about that?
Considering what he's playing up with, what if he's just playing along? You got to look at this as where is the actual.
He wasn't.
Look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You guys have a guy that's been antagonized to the point of breakdown.
Of course, so Tibbz, Tibbz, you've been the victim of trolls for a long time. Knowing that, would you ever then send your penis to somebody that you thought was a child? Like, no, because you'd be vilified.
To be fair, I wouldn't show my dick to anyone on the internet because they could be used to paint a lie like that. That's common sense.
Okay, so
once it goes on the internet, they believes.
So then you'd have to be a real animal to take that kind of a risk, right?
You'd have to be really desperate for some kind of attention.
Okay,
that's a simple fact.
What if
maybe you could just like kids and be a fucking a sicko?
That's what April did. No one gave a shit. They chose to target me instead, which is why I looked at this at all.
So, look, I'd be happy to hear from you about April 23 because I think these people deserve to be punished. I don't know how to communicate with you away from this.
I have an email, TibbzTV, sendinfo@gmail.com.
Maybe not like share that like with this group of people.
No, that's mostly a throwaway email. It gets a lot of hate mail anyway, but it's email that is not attached to anything I actually use. It's meant just to receive data, evidence, or on occasion, hate mail.
Can I ask you if you're on Discord?
I don't use Discord because anything that begins in Discord often ends in pedophilia. I've always hated Discord.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you like a private email here.
You can email me on that email, and I'll be the only one who gets it. You have my word; I won't share it. Well, is that yours right there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's just watch this video and let's. I guess there's even like a question because if there's no point in evaluating it further, that I don't think that any non-predator would engage with any child, much less a vulnerable one, and go down a path that culminates in a dick picture being sent.
Well, I would like to note here, who was the picture sent to? Was it an adult?
So here, Tibbz, so let me ask you this. Do you think that the guys who show up to catch predator are actually pedophiles or no?
A lot of the time they do include children in their stings. That's the fucked up part of it.
Well, so
you do know that. That is kind of how that works. If they're showing intent.
No, man, it's a decoy. They use a decoy that pretends to be a child.
It still is a child. In appearance and in nature.
It's a child to the predator. The predator believes it's a child. Like that's like Cyrax. He believes that he's sending his dick pic to a child. He believes it's a child.
How do you know what he believes if you're not him? Again, you guys have gone on multiple sting operations, but
I mean that's the accusation, right?
Well,
there's nothing. What do you mean nothing? There's all kinds of video proof. You're about to watch one.
Okay. You have my attention. Show me this proof.
Okay. And Tibbz, I know you're pretty committed to the defense of Cyrax.
I'm committed to knowing the whole story. That's all.
Great. Excellent. Okay.
What's up, you guys?
So listen, before we watch this, can I ask you what your understanding of the interactions were?
Just play the tape.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, for the sake of consistency.
No, I just would like to see the tape.
Okay.
I've waited long enough for this, so
Sure. Okay. Peace for
And to
itself.
be honest, I know it sounds like I'm a bit scared, and that's because I am. Because I've never been in this situation before that I'm in. And unfortunately, guys, I have to leave for a while. I have to leave YouTube. Because all day long, I've been getting troll messages from Massachusetts all day long, right? Well, there was this person that was texting me. I thought that it was a troll, so I went along with it. Okay, I went along with this, thinking that it was just that, a fucking troll. I was fucking with their head. And it turns out that person that was acting like a kid was actually a fucking kid.
wow, that's so damning. I have to note here, that doesn't work at all.
Well, he just said that he just said he thought they were a kid, and he sent them.
I no, I'm listening to that. I'm actually gonna have to, like, can you send me a copy of that, please? Because that is awesome. I'm glad you guys have that. He said he thought they were a troll, and it turned out it was actually a kid. Yeah, that means he actually.
No, but then he said he thought they were a kid.
No. Replay it. Go ahead, replay it back to the beginning and humor me, please.
Then you'll see. Did he not say that he thought they were a kid and they actually were a kid?
Oh, I would love to see that. Maybe my brain's playing tricks on me. Who knows?
Oh, sure. Okay. So did he? He thought they were a child troll. Just
don't put words into his mouth. Just
okay, I went along with this, thinking that it was just a fucking troll. I was fucking with their head.
Go a little back all the way to the beginning, my deal.
Hang on. So here's what they always say in To Catch a Predator too. That I was just testing it to see, right?
Considering the interactions with Kate, this actually checks out in full. He probably did.
And it turns out.
Hang on. Listen to this.
That person that was acting like a kid was actually a fucking kid. And it sickens me.
Look at that shit. Not only does he say that he thought it was a troll, this is beautiful. Like, this is somehow damning proof. No wonder I thought this was bullshit. You see, that's the thing. He said from the beginning of the video, he thought.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought, man. Tibbz, you're being like 100% dishonest. You're going to give him all the credit and all the excuses in the world.
Look at his
reaction. Yeah, you are. You know what I mean? No matter what anybody shows you, you're going to fucking find some little detail. Even though Cyrex told you a story that wasn't this.
You all day long. I'm just going to say it like it is. Why do you think the cops didn't do anything?
The cops,
because the trolls were doing this so much that when it finally does happen, and he's disgusted by it himself in his own eyes.
You don't think people get away with stuff like that? That doesn't make any sense. That the cops is like the standard. And on top of that, you were just saying about hitting the guy with the bat that he was in the right, even though the cops were involved. So which is it? So there was cops there, but he was okay to hit somebody with a bat, but because there's no cops here, it's not a thing.
Cops didn't show up till after the fact. You guys,
that's how it always works. Yeah, like it needs to be a crime before they can go and investigate.
If the cops were there, they
like sitting on his bed, listening to him, fucking watching him fucking send his dick pic to kids or something. Like, what do you mean the cops were there?
Time travel and less people for future.
Think about that. But think about that. This guy thinks.
Oh man, you're just being dishonest, man. You're gonna find every little loophole and every little angle to fit in some sort of excuse and some sort of bullshit fucking reasoning. Like, you've made a position, you want to stand in opposition to all this stuff.
Like the answer I gave you, but remember,
well, I'm just saying what it is. You're not standing on truth, man. Like, you've got a position, and you're gonna.
The truth is right there in the video. If you're gonna use a video that shows,
but Cyrex told you a story that was different to this.
This is the same thing he told me, though.
Hang on, Tibbz. So let's use your logic earlier. If you knew somebody was a troll, pretending to be a child, would you send him a picture of your penis? Like the answer is no.
If they were a troll and they were asking me for my dick pic and they're an adult, I don't see a problem with it. If they really, really want it that fucking bad.
So if
But
you
here's
knew
the
they
problem.
well, hang on a second here. So if you knew that they were pretending to be a child to implicate you as a pedophile, would you send them a picture of your penis?
If you got sick of it and you knew they were an adult,
So you would voluntarily submit to
Yeah. Like
portrayal.
he's gonna.
I wouldn't myself because I think that's like
so
the
Yeah.
dumbest shit.
then let me ask you this then, Tibbz. Would you agree then that Cyrax has no one else to blame but himself for being viewed as a pedophile?
I do think that the attempts to make him out to be one are not of his doing.
He knew as a kid.
Just let me answer the damn question, okay?
Sure.
But the way he's gone about this did not help him at all with the constant bullshit. And that's really what it boils down to. This is a bunch of drama and bullshit. Because no one should be calling him a pedophile or trying to bait him. And if a kid, and if that it was in fact a kid that has dick pic, well, who do we have to blame? Based on his response, he was hateful and disgusted and very upset about it, which shows that there's a lot of guilt and remorse, and he feels really bad because he thought it was an actual troll.
Okay, so
But at the same time, it probably would never have happened if trolls were not doing that in the first place.
We're gonna have to take turns here. Like otherwise, it's going to be a long-winded diatribe. So Cyrax knew that this person, according to you, was a person trying to portray him as a pedophile, and that he knew that sending a penis will portray him as a pedophile. Did he? So then I guess he wants to be viewed as a pedophile then, and he doesn't mind that.
It's not what's going on there at all, though. If he knows the troll, just fuck him a bit. I fuck with trolls on a daily basis.
Okay.
If you're not saying, if you're not sending it to a kid and you know you're not, then what does it matter? Because then that same adult's going to take it to the police. They're like, you're not a kid, though. What the fuck's wrong with you? And then it won't go anywhere. That's the logic, though, you know.
But here we are, and it's all Cyrax's fault.
I don't see that, though. I see a lot of people.
So, Tibbz, would you be okay? Say, for instance, your defense of Cyrax ends up finding out that a child is harmed because it allowed Cyrax to communicate with a kid and maybe even like cause some damage of some sort, even if it is just online through videos and pictures being sent. Are you okay with, co-signing that?
No.
You are, obviously.
Why do you think we're monitoring his emails and messages nonstop? To make sure
Dude,
nothing like that.
He can make other emails and other messages and other fucking accounts. Like,
he's already signed a whole fucking thing with this and saying if he does fucking
whatever, man. You're just being dishonest. Man. You just want to stand in opposition to this at any.
Whatever you say.
You're
as
not.
Usual.
Oh, so Gigi,
okay, well,
Gigi, do you remember when I defended Cyrax? Like, it was best, using his penis torture videos as a version of therapy. You know what I mean?
Therapy.
He did mention at one point that he whipped at his dick on the panels of troll streams, which from what I understand, trolls are usually between the ages of 29 and 43. Sometimes it differs. But he knew it was a troll channel, therefore he didn't give a shit, and he admits that was really, royally, really fucking stupid. Which I do agree that's a stupid.
I don't think that flashing troll channels is stupid because it could get their channel shut down. It's probably my channel shut down, but I think that sending your penis to somebody portraying themselves as a child is stupid because you look like a pedophile.
Well, why bait them at all?
Well,
for years, 4 years is a long time, bro.
So yeah, I can't speak for Kate's agenda. I would say like for law enforcement's agenda, it's to hold criminals accountable. And she's not a member of law enforcement, but it's like what you did with April 23, right?
No, she did that on her own. I just put it out there so we could see what I had to deal with. Did you know that Akron, Ohio actually has its own sting operations? Like the police have to undo the sting, otherwise it does not
sent you a link, Marty.
Okay.
That's why I think there's an issue here. It's not that I think people are bad for trying to catch a predator. It's the fact that how you guys went about it. If there ever was a chance that he was one, you guys gave him a free get out of jail card for life.
Okay, I got something for you here. Let's just watch this video here.
When you sent your dick to a child, I'm just curious. Like how long has it been?
Literally, whenever you tricked me. Literally.
Whenever you tricked me. Wow.
But yeah, when he sent them to a child, and he says,
Two other instances after that?
Those were actually beforehand. Those were beforehand.
There's other children beyond Kate.
I would like to know who they are so we can actually figure out the truth of this. Because
Do you want to
if
subject?
there's,
Do you want to subject actual child victims to this nonsense?
yes, if they're child
Oh,
victims, don't
I mean that's a
don't they
hot take.
deserve your?
Wow.
Well, I
man.
mean, why not?
That's
if there
so
actually is a child victim,
because
Well, think-
wow.
Why not? Why not?
Why
so
not?
wait,
Wow.
I have a
Okay.
question then. I have a
Let's
question.
like I understand like I understand.
Don't you need a victim to have a criminal?
But he's
Don't you need a
referring to them.
victim to hold him accountable? Don't you need?
Yeah,
Don't you need a
it doesn't
victim
matter, man.
to put him
You
on the
could have
plate?
a video of Cyrax fucking like raping a kid, and Tibbz is gonna
I'm
find
not
an angle
saying-
to support it. Yes, you are, man.
No, I'm literally saying if there's a victim,
Whatever, dude.
Whatever,
Tibbz.
dude. Well, fine. Go be a bitch somewhere else. Then I'm just telling you like it is.
Those were actually beforehand. Those were beforehand.
So he sent before
Okay,
Kate.
so where are they? Why
Tibbs,
are they not reports?
Tibbs, would you cross-examine a 5-year-old?
I'm not asking to cross-examine. I'm saying that if these people actually exist, they should be going to the police, filing reports, and getting this done the right way. Not listening to you guys' ranty bullshit, which gives them a reason to fucking run like hell.
Like
Because mind you, that is what's happened.
Like with Blind Billy, was an adult, and I had no problem speaking with him. I don't want to talk with any child victims. I don't.
I'm not asking you to. I don't know why people don't seem to know what that means. So I'm saying that we should be aware of who these people are. There should be some form of a report to hold like this guy accountable. If there's no need for a victim, then there's no need to hold him accountable. You need a victim.
It's
to be held
standard
accountable
in all court cases where the victim's underage not to publish their identity, man.
That's not what I'm asking you either. I'm
Yeah,
saying
no, you just said you need to know who the victims are.
no. I don't need to know the victims. I said we need to know that they're there.
Well, you just said it. You just said it, dude. So which is it?
Okay. You've been a jackass since I've talked to you. So what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to spell it out for you since you're stupid. Okay. You need to have these people step up to the plate. We're not allowed to know who they are. It's not our job because we're not law enforcement. We're not government.
It's hard to acknowledge that they exist.
Need to be, I do not care about that. I care about the fact that these people exist. They need to be going to law enforcement to actually file reports and actually get this shit done. Because mind you, you talking about Marty, no offense, isn't going to do shit. And whoever this other guy is, J3, I think, you talk about it and being pissed about it is going to do shit. If we want this guy to be held accountable, they need to go and get cross-examined by a law enforcement official, not me, you, or the other guy.
What do you mean we, man? You're defending him. You're supporting him. You're like, we want him to be held. You obviously don't want him to be held accountable because you're standing in opposition to anything, any type of judgment, anything anybody shows you, you've got an excuse. You give them every fucking angle and every fucking credit, man.
You're slow, aren't you? You're special.
Well, I think you are. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's fine.
Defending this guy.
Remember,
you know?
Well, you call it defending, but you have to remember what I told you earlier. And Marty, tell me if I'm wrong on this. Didn't I say that if you remove the trolls in the situation, it could be without troll antagonizing the situation?
But this was before Kate. Like this happened before Kate.
I know, but you guys, as in the groups as a whole, trolls, whatever else, have been interfering in this when law enforcement cannot do their job when you do that. That is my point. That's why I'm removing the trolls from the situation.
Well, so
you want to be held accountable. You need to be able to remove the part that's causing so many problems in doing so. If trolls keep doing shit, he's never going to be held accountable. If there are other child victims, you're never going to hold them accountable. You keep doing what you're doing.
I actually have a solution to that. And it's a very controversial stance. And I don't know if you can relay this to them, but I think the best bet to get the trolls to stop would be to put this out there to them that if you want to portray me as the guy who whips peanuts out for kids, then you better leave me alone. So if it's a chicken egg type situation, that if they don't stop,
no, you got to remove the trolls entirely. Don't
so here's the way,
and then monitor from behind the scenes, and then if the victims come up without troll involvement, it's taken more seriously. That's what I've been doing. Everyone wants to call me a supporter, but no one actually looks at it for what it is.
Well, so April 23 was a transgender person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine they were being trolled beforehand. So then they're not.
No, she got dumped by her boyfriend. Decided that when men didn't want her,
but
women
if they were trans, then they got trolled before. So it's not her fault. It's the troll's fault.
No.
Well, why not?
Well, because she was very aware of what she was doing.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Like I'm saying that if they identified as a woman despite being a man, then I'm sure
April doesn't have trolls pushing her into this behavior.
But
April doesn't have people coming at her from all
They were
angles.
bullied. They were bullied. They were called names.
How do you know that? How do you know that when you don't even know who she is?
I'm sure every trans person does at some point.
Okay. Does it make it okay for her to rape girls?
That's the point, man.
According to you, it does.
I'm not seeing your point. No, I'm saying if you guys are antagonized, this law can never step in, and they're not going to.
Well, but using your logic,
Michigan law is very sexist out here, unfortunately.
Yeah, but if they were called like a he, she, or a fag or whatever, then it's not their fault.
But that's not what's happening to Cyrex on any level now, is it?
Well, kind
you're
of.
You're looking at two very different things.
I don't know what this really is.
I'm just going to spell it out, okay? Because right now, I'm not changing what I'm doing or the stance.
Yeah, that's what we didn't think you were changing it. You've made a stance. You've put yourself in opposition to this.
What's your name?
And
what's your name?
Nicholas.
Gigi? Nicholas. Okay. Nicholas. Question here.
Well, just Gigi. His name's not. My name's Nicholas. His is Gigi.
Oh, Nicholas. I thought your name was Marty. Well, Marty
Gigi
and
Aline. Call him Gigi Aline, preferably.
Aline.
Yeah.
Okay. Aline, I have a question for you. What is your end game goal? What would you like to see happen?
I don't have an end game goal, man. Like I just think he's
shut up and don't mind your own business.
No, man. I won't shut up, man. He's a fucking pedophile, you know what I mean? He deserves to be fucking called out for it.
Well, that's not gonna be enough. What do you want the end game goal? What's the end game for him?
The end game. This is the punishment, man. The punishment is the community.
You're not a punisher. You're not law enforcement. You're not trying to solve the problem either. You're trying to reap some.
All right, man. Whatever. You know, you might think that. You obviously don't know shit, man.
Yeah, clearly I don't, because I'm asking you a logical question. You won't answer it. If
your
goal is to punish
any logical questions, you're finding every angle you can to hide behind, a loophole and a fucking give them every benefit and every fucking excuse that you can.
I told you exactly what I'm doing. You want to see it as I'm sucking his dick or something.
I don't think
you are, dude. Maybe you are. Like that could be it.
Well, then he has a big dick because Ohio. Well, Ohio to Michigan, that's a long ass fucking dick at that point. He would have.
Well, you're probably doing cam shit, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Fuck, I mean, no, I mean, if you're sucking his dick, let's be real here. You wouldn't need to suck. You can't suck dick over camera. That's logic sense. But if he actually has a dick that fucking big, then everyone in the country could fucking see it. Okay, the point here is
the country has seen it at this point.
Yeah.
That's fine and dandy. I don't want to see it myself. That sounds gross and kind of gay. The point is, if you guys keep having these solutions that don't go anywhere, you don't have an end game, then why the fuck do you care how it goes in the end at all? Well, if this guy's a pedophile, he should be locked up or shot. If you guys don't want that, then what the fuck are you bitching about? Gigi Aline.
Well, I don't
what do you mean? Like, I'm just saying that I'm talking to you and you're defending the guy. You know what I mean? That's my issue.
I'm not defending the guy. I'm trying to look at the comments.
Yeah, you are defending the guy. You're totally defending the guy.
You just
said it. You just came up here and said, I'm taking Cyrex away for 2 years. I'm going through all his emails.
How's that me saying I'm defending him, though? It's two different things.
You said it.
I said I'm defending him when?
You said it. You said you're on Team Cyrex. Everybody's wrong. Cyrex isn't a pedophile. He would be in jail. It's all trolls.
Hey, Marty, can you please do me a favor? I know that maybe I'm asking a lot. I don't know, but could you please clip out any part of the video here for later of where I said it was on Team Cyrex?
Do your own work, dude. Do your own fucking work, man. The videos are all out there. If you did any fucking research, you could fucking find all this shit, man.
Why would I need to research if I already know I didn't say it? If I said this, then Marty, I'm assuming, would be okay with.
No, you've never said that you're Team Cyrex, but I don't think is there anything you can criticize Cyrex for.
I think that his dick over on the panels was a bit immature. I think that him feeding the trolls all was stupid. It is stupid and immature. So I mean, if I'm going to be PG about it, that's how I would word it. I also think that there's a lot of things he did that were not okay, like ever touching his grandmother in a violent way whatsoever. There are a lot of things I'd kick his ass for on a general level. Okay. But apparently police and rehab and shit like that, or a guy got to him first. There's a lot of things he's fucked up on. Things I've told him specifically to his face. This was fucking retarded, and you really should be ashamed of yourself for acting this way at the time. And they should not be a thing going forward. If you keep fucking up like this, someone's gonna kick your ass. And I
You think
told him,
Sax is a smart guy?
I think he's an idiot.
Okay.
I think he's easily baited, easily falls prey to victimization and people trying to bait him into stupidity. I think he feeds the trolls for a goddamn good reason. And I think for anything, he's made some of the dumbest decisions on the internet.
Well, he's obviously smarter than you because he's got you fucking doing his fucking light work.
Whatever you say, bro. I'm not really interested in your bull crap. It's always a lot of fucking bullshit with you. Anyway.
I mean, he can be like that. Gigi can be, a dingbat.
Yeah, I don't even find offense to it because, to be honest, I'm kind of used to it. But it's not going to change the facts. It's like it's whatever.
Let me ask you this. So, you've been trolled for a while, right, Tibbz, by relentlessly, mercilessly. So, why haven't you sent your penis to somebody pretending to be a child or somebody that you thought was a child?
Because I've been doing this a lot longer, and I know how stupid people can be. I know how malicious people can be. I don't have premature birth or mental issues as an excuse. I really don't. Asperger's and autism isn't really a good excuse for that kind of shit. Plus, I've known this a lot longer. Once your dick enters the internet, you don't ever get to take it off because what goes on the internet stays there. I have a lot less excuses to be stupid and a lot more reasons to be better.
Is that why he sends his dick to everybody? Because it's already out there and there's no reason not to.
He made the stupid decision in the first place. Again, I've already specified this. That's a stupid decision.
He makes it hundreds and hundreds of times.
And I think that's something he needs to improve on, because if he wants to have a better life and not be called out for all these stupid things he does and then slander for things he doesn't, maybe he should remove himself, which right now is what he's been doing.
Well, that's what the court does for pedophiles who do things over the internet, is they remove them from the internet.
Here's the difference between me and the court. If he does something like that, you think I'm going to keep it a secret, knowing how much I hate those people for what they did to me.
I got to say that
it's not a secret, man. It's not a secret. Everybody knows.
So really, there's no reason to complain either way now, is there?
Well, yeah, sure there is, because he sent his penis to what he thought was He just said it. He just said it.
I'm fine with the fact that you keep saying that. You don't need to play it. I can hear it.
He says it.
Still hear it.
But
here's the deal. If he does it, do you think I'll keep it a secret?
So now that you've heard this, are you going to shout it from the rafters?
No, you guys already have.
Let's just play the video. Let's just play the whole video and see what's said. Get the full context.
Now that you've heard him say it, shouldn't you shout it from the mountaintops so the world knows?
No, you guys already have. The whole world already knows because you guys.
Well, why not?
So why do I need to beat a dead horse? Why do I need to keep beating the wall? Why do
you just said you just said that if he does do any of this shit that you're going to kill him. So now you don't care. It's okay.
I mean, you can gaslight me all you want. Right now, we're moderating to see if he does. Again, this is off video that no longer exists. Our channel no longer exists.
You seem to keep making all these grandiose statements and then fucking contradicting yourself.
Okay, I question here. What does grandiose mean?
Grandiose is very overt and larger than life. Yeah, like a huge fucking statement.
Actually, it actually is more towards the lines of if someone has grandiose delusion, for example, they think that they're above everybody else.
Yeah, but I'm talking about your statements.
I'm not making statements of grandiose. I'm saying right now, you remove the trolls and the antagonizing. We have a clear picture of who he is. If he's a shitty person, do you think I'll keep it a secret? No, because I myself was a victim of predators long time ago. I don't like talking about it. It pisses me off. But that's why I hate April. Now, we remove the trolls, okay? What they did to me for exposing that, it's the same things they do to him. I remove the trolls, I look at the situation without them. And now if he does it, now we have a full, unfiltered, untainted picture of
So you're giving him a pass for all of his past behavior. He gets a fresh reset, a fresh start, just because you don't want to believe it. You get to give him a fresh start, even though everybody else has been around for all this other shit. They're all wrong for judging him.
sounds like a lot of projection, if you ask me. I'm saying if the trolls are the excuse he
Projection.
got away with, if look,
I mean,
if the trolls,
that's an interesting
Marty,
word.
It's like
just hear
merely
me
a
out.
question, man. Like that's
Just hear me out. If the trolls are the
That's a
reason
fucking thing
he's
to
not being
say.
held accountable, you want to act like a jackass, it's fine. But I'm just going to say it because I can only say it so many more times. If you remove the trolls from the situation, then they're not his excuse and he gets held accountable. So what the fuck do you think we're doing? If
Well-
all these videos were based on troll interaction, then that's why there's nothing you can use against him. Remove the trolls and see what happens. If nothing happens, you lose. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. But if something does happen and trolls are not involved, he goes to jail. He probably dies. There's no way around it after a point.
Well,
That's the thing. That's the point.
To the best
I'm
of my
not defending
understanding,
him. I'm not
Yeah.
defending him. I'm doing my job, which is something you guys should have been able to do. But so many, Kate fucked up. She should have gone to Akron, Ohio and planned this advance or something first. That's why they wouldn't use it.
well, to the best of my awareness, in Ohio, unless there is an actual child victim, there's no like sextings there. It's just not how it works. So, are you saying that we should like dangle a child outside on his doorstep and wait him to come out?
No. If
So
he's
then
really a
there's nothing-
pedophile, he'll do it on his own.
Well, so
That's
do you think that people who have pedophilic desires, who think about sex with kids, but to the public's awareness haven't, do you think those people should be exposed before it can happen?
Yeah, but you have to be able to confirm that it's a thing in the first place.
you seem to
Going
want
in there-
there to be like a new victim. You seem to want him to fucking
Why?
victimize
Why would I
another
want
person.
that? Why would I want
You just
that?
said you needed that for your proof. You said that you're going to be around, and if he does it again, then you're going to see it, and you'll call it
No, what I
out or
said
whatever.
was-
So
I said
you
he-
seem
I
to
said
be
he-
desiring someone to be victimized by this fucking idiot.
You really do pull a lot of bullshit out of your ass, don't you? Pretend it's.
Well, I just think that's obvious, man. It's your statements.
Well,
I'm just
It's obvious. It's my statements, but all I said was if he's a pedophile, he won't need you to sting him or bait him. He'd do it on his own.
so there you
That's
go.
common
Like
sense. That's common sense, though. That's how that works.
So
mind
let
you.
me ask you this: do you think that every pedophile gets caught the first time that they do it?
No, that's the real
Okay.
problem there. Most people don't speak about it until long after it's too late.
Sure.
No, not sure. That's usually how it works. A lot of people like to
No,
hide.
I'm
'cause
being,
they're
I'm being,
afraid,
no,
or they're
I'm-
afraid
I'm-
of being
I
hurt.
wasn't being- I
It's a
wasn't being
thing,
sarcastic.
you know.
It's just, I agree with you. That is a fucked up reality.
Yeah. Now, if he is in fact a pedophile, those are urges that he cannot control, which means he will do it even if you don't sting him into doing it. You won't need to catch him, okay? He'll just naturally want it. That's what April did. That's what Flips Gaming did. That's what Marks fucking does. Mind
So-
you, they will do it one way or another
Well,
if
let me
it's
ask you
true.
this. So
And
I'm
after
gonna
a
ask-
while, it's gonna be very hard to miss. I'm
Okay, so
saying troll involvement.
what was
fucked
the
that all
name?
up.
What was the actual name of April 23's child victim?
You really want the full name right here? In
No, I
full on
don't.
YouTube?
I don't. Oh, I don't.
I can email it to you if anything. Okay,
Okay.
that'd be a much better way to go about it.
Were they convicted?
No,
Okay.
but she openly admitted it. Not only in
So- Yes, and then you exposed them. You're still exposing them now for it, right?
mhm.
So maybe you
we
should
had
just leave
we had
them-
au-
maybe-
we had
maybe
audio
you should-
confessions. We had screenshot
So
confessions.
why are you
we
still
had
talking
people
about them?
that-
If you really want them to be held accountable, then you should stop talking about them, right? Like, so then the police can do their own thing.
No, police told me in Michigan that they don't care if the predator is a woman because they're a woman. Michigan's a sexist state. Akron, Ohio, probably has their own share fair of flaws, but the way you guys have gone about it has made it
That's
hard.
blind bully to a T. So you can use that logic. Like, it's the same deal. Like, and this is the truth. Like, if it's two guys fooling around, or whatever, or one guy gets raped, they'll just say they're fooling around, right? So you can't discard that.
You really can't. No.
No, like I'm just trying to have like an honest conversation with you here, and I know like I know that you've been like plagued by trolls and you sympathize with Cyrax in that regard, and that's
No,
largely
I don't sympathize with them in that regard at all. You see, it's not really about Cyrax. Never really has been.
about the trolls.
It's about the trolls. It's about a stance. You want to take away something that the trolls like. That's your issue. That's what you're doing. Like, just admit it.
That's fine, but at what cost?
How many trolls are known for telling the truth?
Very few.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you this: that I'm telling you the absolute truth about this, and I'll swear my family's life.
That is something that trolls say all the time. They're usually full of crap, unfortunately, but I'll still hear you out. Go for it.
Yeah. So he's like, well, let's just take his own word for it. We've gotten through 15 seconds of this, right?
No, but you just went through 2 other instances after that.
Those were actually beforehand. Those were beforehand incidences. Well, the Chloe thing, I sent those to her beforehand, like days before, and then today she had.
So
that was like days before.
So I just the time right. Okay. So the
Chloe, that's familiar, huh? Chloe.
It's almost the same. Well, I'm not. Let's not evaluate those. No, that's Chloe Rose. Here, wait 1 second. Here.
Who is Chloe Rose?
It's actually a Canadian child who Cyrax like got very flirty with.
Good to know.
Gigi, if you can just check your Discord really quickly.
Picture
hold on.
Before
Yeah, did you see it? What's this? What's this thing? What's that? Did you mean Marty? Did you mean yell in your head? Wait, what do you mean by that? Not yelling. I think you meant yelling.
I did mean yelling. Yeah, Rick was so upset he was just yelling.
Like I said, the point is about.
We need to finish that thought. I just want to get the time period right, so I can feel. I just want to feel like you are on the road to rehabilitation here. So what you're saying is, when I posed as a little girl, that was the last time that you sent your dick to a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
To a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah.
Last time that you sent your dick to a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah.
Last time that you sent your dick to a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah.
Jenna, if you play that about 3 more times, it actually could be flaggable by YouTube. So I wouldn't do that too many more times. They don't like that in one sentence that many times in a row. Just so you know, I'm trying to help you out with that one.
I mean, once could potentially be enough, but like that's a pretty damning statement there.
It's a damning statement, but it does not change the fact that troll involvement has made this very hard to hold them accountable. So here's what we're...
Listen, as far as troll involvement, if these were trolls doing this, we would have heard about it.
Okay, question here. If this was not troll involvement, then who recorded the tape?
There's no tapes of him. There's
no. The recording you're showing me.
Yeah.
Where did this come from if it wasn't troll involvement? Because I'm pretty sure he didn't say this himself.
No, so listen. This thing with the 30 by 14, that's troll involvement. We've seen no evidence from anyone of the previous 2 kids they sent us.
Marty, is there somebody in the back?
We're aware they do exist.
Well, it's Tyler. He's very anti-Tibbz. He's very anti-Tibbz, and I think.
Yeah, we don't need that bullshit here. I'm trying to have it.
I think he's got some info that needs to be seen.
Well, what is it?
Tyler and Marks like to dox me a lot, so I imagine it might be that.
Yeah, there's no, only people that deserve it, and I don't think Tibbz does. I haven't seen anything, and I would need to take like a full, thorough look, and it's, so he has a doll. So what? I don't care about that. I really don't. I mean, that's perfectly fine. There's no victim there. It's, you know what I mean? Like, who can possibly be harmed? It's an inanimate object. So I understand what group he runs with. I know they've tormented Tibbz, I think unfairly, for a long time, and I think it only muddle things. Personally,
I'm going to tell you guys a story at some point about one particular bully named Braden Benton.
Well,
God, you have no idea how much the family hates that guy.
Probably deservedly so.
Oh, yeah. He faked messages. He slandered the family. he put their daughter, who was an underage minor, in harm's way with sexually faked messages as well. That could be something, because that somehow that came from cinemas, but somehow it was also from Braden, which is another thing entirely. Then there was the whole thing about trying to have the house condemned. We found out that he was the one who not only violated many things in our house.
Who's Braden?
Oh, so
Braden
CGC.
Benton.
Okay, so let's finish this one out. And then there's even more evidence before the trolls even got involved.
But as
He
I
was the
said-
one who
as I
sold their
said, you know,
daughter
I-
acid
and
and alcohol.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Well, so look, I drank underage. You know,
I was wrong
I don't know if,
in doing that
if
because,
you,
like I said,
you ever did. If not, you know, it's neither here nor there.
you know, nowadays, like, you know,
Sure, from what
like,
I
something
hear,
that a lot of people
they
don't
pressed charges
understand
on
is
him for
that-
including the daughter in those messages.
Okay, yeah. So like, look,
He
I
may not
understand.
realize it. He may not realize it, but that little fuck actually destroyed his whole life. Because the
Well-
father of the 16-year-old daughter actually found out that he had been faking messages and making hate pages about their family. And then he pressed charges.
Okay,
From what
yeah,
I hear, Braden Benton is a dead man. Even his
Okay.
own family doesn't want nothing to do with him.
All right, no, that's great. That's
when
that's all right.
you when
Might
you
be related to
pose
the whole
as
Tyler thing.
a 14-year-old genuinely already
Okay.
you're honest, you're being dishonest with yourself ultimately. Like, you're not
Let's take a look at this right
What
now.
up, guys? It's Chance. I
Before the trolls, before the trolls became part of the equation.
seriously am in need of your guys' help right now, like really badly.
How old was he in this?
So I'm going to
This is in 2018 before he was trolled.
invite all of you that I can to watch this because I need help. Like, bad. Like, this is not a joke. Like,
So unless like there's a video of him doing something with a child, there is just going to be. This is before the trolls. Like this is.
I
Bad.
don't think that you should ever show that, because that would be extremely criminal.
could-
But that
I
would
wouldn't
be
want to watch.
But if that video ever existed, you'd be able to show that to the police. But what
Jail
I'm curious is, how old was he in this video? Just out of curiosity.
He would be about 27.
I didn't do.
Looks
So
completely
I
different nowadays.
seriously need
Sure, he's aged a lot
your guys'
in a short period of time.
help on this.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Oh, he's typing. I was like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, sorry, man. I thought I was muted.
You're good.
Hey, what's up to whoever's watching, man? Whoever's watching, I need help. Like, this is legit, for real. Like, I need fucking help. I don't know how to put it. Except, long story short, this girl named Diana Erica on Facebook added me. All right, she's good friends with my buddy Paul. Very good friends. And I thought maybe he had sent her over, my way to talk to me. Whatever. Well, me and her got to talking, got to know each other really well. We got to liking each other. Well, we did certain things on FaceTime because she wanted to FaceTime with me. So, we did what any normal couple would do because she's in Texas, I'm here. And so, just normal couple type shit. Well, this girl wanted money out of me. I didn't have it. I told her, I was like, I can raise the money within a week. Let me know. Like, I can raise the money within a week. And that wasn't good enough for her. And I kept on trying for like hours to, talk to her and be like, look, give me more time. Well, this girl went off. And little did I know that when me and her were doing those certain things on FaceTime, she was fucking recording the video. And when I told her that I'm not going to take this shit anymore, that I want her number so we can work out a deal, she went and posted a video up on Vimeo. If you guys don't know what Vimeo is, it's just like YouTube and it's just as big. She went and posted a video of me up on fucking Vimeo.
Revenge porn.
And I can tell you the guys, the
let's just keep watching.
title right off the bat. Chance Wilkins wins in a webcam before an
Heightened sense of alert.
It says right here, Chance Wilkins wins in webcam before an 8-year-old girl. What happens for him and for her family? When clearly this girl is not 8 years old. She is much older. Like, she's a lot older than 8 years old.
So here's what I'll say, and if I'm being critically honest, that if this was between somebody that he thought was an adult, then if it's an adult trying to portray him as a child predator, and they're clearly above age, then that's not cool. I don't think extorting a disabled guy for money is cool either.
Well, I'm looking at this on two levels. I think that is very much a possibility here. But I also will note that it's also possible that a underage person, probably between the ages of 15 to 17, it's very common that people do this nowadays. That's why you don't show your dick to anybody. And you always do charge people online when they talk to you. But it's also possible that a girl could have baited him for money, then knowing her age, could have used that to extort him even further, which is what this sounds like. Either way, it's scummy.
Sure.
But if she is in fact a child, that also puts him in a predicament, which is obviously where he kind of is in the wrong. Because again,
does he look like with money? Like when you see Cyrax, that guy, like looking at him there in that picture back then, would you think this guy has the ability to pay money?
Yeah.
Well, I also asked about the stupidity on the other person's part. Looking at this man, do you really think he could have? Just because you have a nice background to your house doesn't mean you have money. Which is why I think that if anything, the person extorting him, if that's what it was also a stupid move, because you should know they have the money before you extort them. That's common sense. Not that you should extort anybody, but if you're going to be that scummy, at least make sure they have the money in the first place. I mean, that would be common sense.
Sure. But so, like, wouldn't you say, though, that, like, I don't, even if a 15-year-old girl were to extort Cyrax for money, that would be stupid and that would be wrong. But I would also say that, they're a kid and let's just evaluate Cyrax. We don't know who this kid is. I'm not going to.
I don't think we should put it out there because that, again, is for law enforcement to deal with. What I'm looking at here is he hasn't specified an age, or he has specified that she was way older than 8 years old. I don't think you should try to pretend like you're 8 years old when you're clearly not, because that's just more scummy behavior on top of it all.
Okay.
But should he be showing his dick to somebody in Texas to get off? Because that's what this kind of boils down to, is what he did that was stupid to get off, regardless of what it boiled down to and who he did it with, even though, it looks like he may have fucked up clearly from his behavior. No, it can fucking wait. Date people in person, never date on the internet. Everyone on the internet is a dumbass these days. And usually they're looking for a paycheck or for some clout. If you're going to date people, don't fucking yank over the phone. The fuck's wrong with people?
Okay, I'll agree with you there. But so if Cyrax were to say that the girl's way older, like, but at an age that is underage, would you say
well, if let's watch the video and see if he does that.
This girl's got to be at least 18. If you guys click on the link above, go to her fucking Facebook and tell me how old you guys think she looks. But this girl went and put a video of me that doesn't need to be on the fucking web.
I agree with that too.
On the fucking internet. And now it's out there for the whole fucking world to see.
So.
And honestly, what I'll do for you guys is I will be posting the video link literally in the comments. What I want you guys to do, go to Vimeo, report the fuck out of that shit.
Yeah, maybe that was stupid. I don't want to see that, man.
Guys.
We're not reporting that shit. That's gross. Keep that. You report that shit, man. See, that's the problem I have here. Is he says she looked at least she was at least 18. I'd want to make sure I know who I'm sending my dick to. I mean, if you're gonna really go that route, I still think that's stupid. It can wait, really. But if you're gonna, if she's looking at least 18, first of all, make sure. Second of all, do not fucking do that shit on the line. They can extort you for that shit. It's the whole point of posting it. And number 3, do not ask your viewers to go and report it. Just do it yourself. There's so many things you could do to report that shit. Privacy.
No, I hear you. I hear you. No points.
I'm not a fucking pedophile. Look up the technical term, bitch. I would be considered a hemophile, which
Okay, and you think it's a laughing matter?
Yeah, I do, because hemophile. He explained this to me in full and showed receipts for this shit. Her name was Lexi. She was an overweight girl who actually did exist. She was overweight, died from complications, and hemophile.
Let's just watch the video. Let's just watch the video. I'm sure you explained things. Let's just watch. Okay, is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technical terms is not a fucking lie. By all technical terms, I would be a hemophile, which is not a crime, not illegal.
The hell was that?
Therefore, I would not be a pedophile. A pedophile is by proper noun and proper term. A pedophile is somebody that goes after a prepubescent child, meaning somebody who is 10 years of age or under. I am not that.
As well. A pedophile is someone who preys on, a pedophile is someone who has sex with anyone under the age of 18, regardless of hemophile or pedophile. They're all the same thing. It's still a pedophile.
Well, he's differentiating, like, because hemophile is someone who's attracted to people who are.
Well, where's the rest of this video? Because he explained this to me, and it makes perfect sense. Because she was, by nature, a hemophiliac, and he explained that he thought.
Oh my god! Okay, all right, man.
Look, I'm telling you what I was told with a lot of facts lined up with. Okay,
yeah, sure,
this video does.
Tibbz,
this last video had more evidence.
Have you ever written a book or anything?
Yes, twice.
You should write a book about how to, protect yourself. If you're a pedophile, and make excuses for them. Because that's what you're doing, dude. You've got every excuse in that you could come up with. You're picking every little loophole and every little argument to fucking hide behind different words and definitions and different
what you're
understandings of everything, and try to.
What you're saying is, let me get this straight. What you're saying is that you think there should be a book teaching pedophiles how to defend themselves.
Yeah, you missed your calling, man. You would have.
Yeah, you could have written it.
You know what I mean?
Why?
I think you would have been a great. I think
I want them all to die. I want them all to die.
I think you were doing a great job defending criminals and coming up with every angle to prevent.
Marty, why would I do that? I have fun making criminals and bullies cry. For example, I never got to ask you this, but what about the raccoon that robbed you of your pizza? Because I've been wanting to ask you.
Well,
I heard about that recently.
There's a video. There's a video, and that's a great segue.
Can I see it? This sounds like a fun video.
Yeah, okay. There's a
Come
video.
on now. I'm a big fan of Rocket Raccoon.
It's technically an opossum. But sure.
I got robbed by a raccoon, man.
This is a possum.
Can I see this video?
Yeah, you can. It was an opossum. I just had surgery, okay? I just had surgery.
Big deal.
I just like it was the day after.
So trippy. That is fucked up, man. You have my condolences. That is a messed up thing right there.
I think they missed like a great marketing campaign. Like it's
yeah.
But I've always said Tibbz is a smart guy, he's an intelligent guy, and I do think that you missed your calling. I think you clearly would have made a great defense attorney. Getting people off of what they did.
It's not my goal. My goal is to find out the actual facts without all the bullshit mixed in between, and then make sure something gets done for once.
So as far as bullshit, saying like technically, I am only attracted to girls underage who are over 10. But
that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Well, that's what he just said.
Based on troll involvement. Again, if you remove the
No,
trolls,
no troll involvement.
look at the police and how they responded to you in according to how they've held this guy accountable. If troll involvement has interfered nonstop, then you need to remove that. Call
What do
me
you
a
want-
supporter or defender if you want. That's not what I'm trying to do.
I
So
understand your point.
if you remove
No,
troll
I
involvement,
So I understand your point. Ultimately, what would you like to see happen to Cyrax?
if he is guilty, I would like to see him fucking hanged. We
Okay.
aren't going to get that, but maybe he'll go to prison for it finally, or at least be on a registry if he's guilty. If he's not, well, then at least people would fucking know the actual truth without troll involvement.
So
If troll involvement has been the problem, you remove it, and then everyone knows.
So let me ask you this. I don't. He's talked about multiple children that he sent his penis to. Like, you haven't ever done that,
No, because that's stupid.
right? But he has.
With troll involvement, man.
No, but
I mean, you've even said yourself there are no child victims, no proven ones that exist to our knowledge.
There actually are. Like, I didn't see that video prior to this. I didn't recall it.
So after 4 years, I thought it was 8 years personally. That's my fuck up thing. Minimal research was wrong on some levels, clearly. But after 4 years even, and no one has been able to even use that. Because of trolls' involvement for the last 4 years, you remove the trolls, we can use this shit.
So let me tell you something. Like, there was a guy who I didn't do any research into. I thought he was a decent guy who was getting a bum rap. His name was Dwight Bowser. Okay.
Oh, that guy's a piece of shit.
He's
on my hit list, mind you.
Yeah,
he's on my fucking hit list.
Look. And honestly, like, I didn't do any research. I thought he was an all right guy, and I defended him. And I didn't. People were telling me too. They're like, "Look, he's a bad guy. Like, he's not. He is what he is." And I didn't listen. Would you be willing to listen at all, like, to any of this? Like, 'cause I don't really feel that you are.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
The whole point is hearing the whole story is to hear all sides. I get a lot of bullshit from trolls, and I have learned nothing except for the fact that they are a big influence on why he was never held accountable for anything he did do wrong, including these things. So if you guys keep interfering with videos and antagonizing his family and everything else, he's never going to jail. If I remove all of you, that becomes more of a thing. He can finally be held accountable. So that's been the point.
Okay. So let's go down a list of things in your mind that Cyrax has done wrong.
I've already specified, but here we go. He showed his dick on panel. That was extremely stupid.
What? So here, hang on. Let me correct you right off the bat. Like, if it was to strike back against trolls, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If it was a tool,
I do. Here's why. Because you give them more tools to keep antagonizing you. If he's right and he didn't do nothing wrong, you do not give them more tools to treat you like shit. Because it's just more feeding the trolls, the negative ones especially. It's a stupid thing. It's doing something wrong when you should be more mature about it. There is no excuse, even to retaliate. If I wanted to go and retaliate the same way, I'd be no less of a fucking moron. That's why I don't. There's better ways to handle your problems. No one needs to see your dick.
Why do you talk about Braden, whatever his name was, in April 23, if troll involvement, it will only muddle the case?
They don't have troll involvement, do they? They have one guy they will not.
By talking about them in front of an audience of trolls, that opens up the door, I would say.
Well, according to what I heard, police don't really care because she's a woman. But also, last time I checked, how am I supposed to respond to constant, every single day harassment for the last 2 years? Yeah, after a while, you're getting sick of bottling it all up.
Well, like I would tell you then to get off the internet, like Chance, but
Well, anyone can be bullied off the internet. Does not mean you have to actually let people bully you off the internet. Chance, if he actually did things wrong, there's two different things. I'm being bullied because I spoke out against a child predator, and then the police didn't give a shit when the time came to do their job. That's Michigan for you. But then Chance is in Ohio, and we have hundreds of thousands of people that want him dealt with once and for all, but everyone does not seem to understand that troll involvement is why he's never been held accountable for anything. So my goal here is simple: to remove the trolls from his life, let him fuck up. When he does, let him get held accountable the right way. and none of you can taint it. And that way, it actually can be done for once. If that
Your
is the
goal,
common
your goal
solution.
ultimately is Cyrax's accountability legally.
If he's fucking up and the accountability leads to him going to jail for it, I mean, yeah, that'd be the point.
Okay.
If he's not the bad guy, accountability is, I mean, what did he do wrong, and does he get held accountable? If the trolls are the reason why he's not getting held accountable, you remove them. That's the point. You know, that's my goal.
So
You know.
you're saying there needs to be another victim. Cyrax needs to,
No,
like
you don't need
groom
a
some
victim.
child.
Dude, you
Well, that's
really
what
do
you
project.
well. That's no, but you're saying. What do you mean project? Why would that be projecting?
Why does the
saying
victim
what,
need?
I'm saying what you're
Look at
saying,
look
dude.
at the
You're
long
saying
list
if
of
there's no
crimes.
troll involvement, you're gonna,
You
open
do
it up.
realize, I know that you're potentially retarded, okay? But do you do realize he's done way more than potentially attack children?
Sure.
There's also his grandmother.
Yeah.
Let's say,
Yeah,
just, just level with me. Just level with me, because hey, I'm calling out like it is, because that's been always been the point, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that you guys are not involved and he attacks his grandmother again. Again, you need to be able to. You cannot be punished until after the crime has been committed. That's how it works. You guys, as in the trolls as a whole, I'm not trying to say you or you. I'm saying as a whole, the involvement has made that very hard to hold him accountable. So let's say he goes after his grandmother and nothing bad's going on. You guys haven't been there. Well, now he doesn't have the excuse anymore, does he? That's the point. It does not have to be a child victim. It can be anything he does.
Okay, so any victim.
Deface public property, whip out his dick in public, whatever it is he might do. We don't know.
Hit
We
a
don't
gay
know
guy
what
with
he's
a baseball bat.
anything.
Yeah.
It could be anything. We don't know what he's going to do, but without troll involvement, he'll actually get held accountable.
Man, Tibbz, honestly, man, I wish I could. I wish I knew that troll involvement would muddle up any criminal investigations. So,
well, now we'll find out, won't we?
Well,
It's
look, I'm
worth
just
a
saying,
shot.
I wish I could just tell that to the FBI. You know what I mean? Like, look, I was getting.
I do too. I really do. But see, that's
Me
the
too,
thing.
man. Me too, dude.
It's
I knew it
might
was
as
that
well take
simple.
a chance. We might as well take a chance.
Well,
If this is the way to solve the problem once and for all, why not give it a chance to work? I've been threatened with rape and murder and doxing nonstop just for talking to the guy. So I
So
mean,
it's about
if
you.
anything-
It's about you then.
no, I'm saying if you guys aren't willing to give it a chance, then you have no reason to bitch if nothing ever gets done because your ideas and your ways aren't working.
So let me ask you this simple question.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's possible that Chance Wilkins has sent his penis to a child?
I think it's possible. Considering what he said and the
Thank
things
you.
he's been doing and the things of the last 8 years, I think it's very possible. I'm saying that, you
All
got
right.
to hold me accountable. Your ideas aren't working, so I'm going to try it a different way.
Well, thank you.
No problem. By the way, thanks for showing me that video. I actually just wanted to see.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a great video. Yeah, dude.
I
Like,
think you should call that pizza place and have this be like, it's so good, even the raccoons will be willing to steal it. Something like that. Like maybe it could be like for like me, Marvel might want it for Rocket Raccoon or some shit. You could have a profit thing going there. I'm telling you, man. But yeah.
so good, a possum's got to steal it.
Something like that, it could be a cool way to make some. I mean, everyone loves a little marketing, it could be a thing. They might appreciate the idea too.
So, do you think it's possible? Like, would you have any reason to believe that's possible that I or Gigi have sent her penis pictures to a child?
If you gave reason for people to believe that, I think anything's possible.
So you're saying then the Chance is given ample evidence for you to believe it?
I think that there's always a possibility that these things are true.
Okay. But yeah, but there's nothing of the sort.
I'm saying that if he has showcased behavior to show of a malicious nature, then it's possible. But then again, anything is possible if we're being really fair here. Now, my goal here is not to side with Chance. My goal here is not to beat around the bush and act like a dipshit. My goal here is not to excuse him for the things he has done. My goal here is to find out the truth, and when it is proven without the taint of trolls being involved in the situation, and we actually have a real clear-cut picture without that filter over it anymore, we can actually hold him accountable, because then the trolls will not be his excuse and his free get-out-of-jail-free card. If he's actually guilty without their involvement, that motherfucker goes to prison if he's caught. And I will not hide that shit, because, mind you, I hate child predators. What they did to me a long time ago, I have never gotten over. I want to kill them all.
But as long as you ignore it, you know, it didn't happen. So
you are a complete jackass, but it's okay. I'll excuse it, because at this point I get where you're coming from. You're like the bad cop, and Marty's the good cop, and I'm the guy.
Yeah, because I've been cool with you. I've been cool with you forever. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good cop, bad cop. That's why I let it go with this guy says.
I don't.
A lot of people don't like Cyrax. I think that's an understandable. Fact. To hate me for trying to find a solution to the problem, it's whatever at this point.
What is the problem? That he's a likely child predator?
If he's a likely child predator, and the fact that trolls keep interfering in the law, so you gotta remove the trolls, right? I think it's stupid that people come at me for trying to fix the problem that they want dealt with. But then again,
so essentially, like you want child predators to be held accountable. You want them to stop being trolled so they can be held accountable.
If Cyrax is the internet's biggest,
and that's what you're doing with Cyrax.
If he's the internet's biggest problem, I'm trying to find a way to solve it entirely, once and for all. Let's say that I'm buddy trolling him right now as hard as humanly possible to find that proof, and I have to remove the trolls to find it. Fine, let's call it that if you want. Or let's say I'm genuinely convinced there's a chance that he's completely innocent.
So you say you have his email account and stuff like that. Can you prove that?
I am logged in to his email right now. In
fact, can you prove
it.
that?
Why?
Well, why not?
Just to see it's not some dead email that he doesn't use or something like that. That it's a fresh, valid, working current email.
I'd have to ask. How would you like me to prove that?
You can show it. I mean, if it's got like messages from recent times and stuff like that, and that would show.
I can do you one better. Who do you think took down N-word boy and Fed Smokers? So to give you a hint, it wasn't him. They're convinced it was. It wasn't. It was.
Who was it? It was you.
It was me.
Okay. So what does that have to do with Chance's email that you have?
Because you can only do it from his email. They were his videos. I mean, rightfully so. They did breach his copyright, and they also did openly dox and harass people. And they're both members of the 43 Ranked Material Discord, who is totally okay with child predators.
But that doesn't prove that you have access to this email and that you're openly monitoring it.
What kind of proof do you want?
I just told you, man. Some screenshots of you and some emails in there that are recent.
I can give you the name of an email.
No, man.
I can. Something, right?
I won't tell you the whole email.
Yeah, that's okay.
Piece of it. No, it's William Gloryhole 03. That's what.
Yeah, I think I see how this is going.
Yeah.
Deuce 3 was another one who emailed him. I'm not giving you emails. I'm giving you names that are on the emails. The email address is different. So at this point, I can give you a few more if you'd like. I can even tell you what those emails said if you'd like.
So I want to ask Gigi something. Like, Gigi, you have to agree that Tibbz is a high IQ guy. He's not like a dumb guy.
Yep.
Let's see. The last person who subbed to him, according to his email, was Bosco23. Let's see. Should I read you an email message from somebody? I won't.
We need to see it, man, just to prove that you really have access to it. Like none of this proves anything.
What do you?
We're showing you proof. You know what I mean?
How do you want me to show this to you?
Like, put it on screen. You have a video camera. Share your screen and get into the email. Show us. Go through a few pages. Let's see.
Why? You want me to dox his email, as you guys call it? I'm good.
It's just an email, dude. It doesn't mean anything.
You guys say that, but remember, this guy you guys wanted gone for years. I assumed that a malicious behavior will follow from certain people in the community, especially when some of the assholes.
And if you're monitoring it, you could fucking protect them from whatever anybody sends, man. If anybody does end up sending anything,
You do realize
I mean, you don't have to show the email. Like, it doesn't actually show the email address if you just like do a very basic view of the front page and all the messages in a Gmail. Like, it doesn't show the
I
email.
got one for you. How do I show these? Is there a screen share option or something?
Yeah, some streamers, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys a screenshot from the email. It does not show his email, but it is there. This is from earlier today. How do we do this? It's been a while. Present, share screen. Let's see. Okay. Go to this, bam, and share. Can you guys see it?
No.
Backstage. Has to be
Okay.
approved, I guess. This is an email from earlier today. From his email.
Can you zoom
Trolled
in?
it.
It's a little.
I can. Give me a second. Let's see. You guys see it?
Yeah, I can't.
I can read it to you if you'd like.
Well,
SYN says, "Hey, fuck nugget, did you wear out Sally's vibrator with you and your butt buddy Tibbz sucking each other off yet? Sure looks like it. Lol, 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 lol. You're a good little bitch boy, aren't you? Doing whatever fat fuck daddy Tibbz tells you to do. Woof, woof, bitch boy. Get off the internet, jump into Summit Lake."
Wow. But, I mean,
this guy's
this
guy's fucked up.
Brain. Sure.
That's fucked up.
This guy's like a high level thinker for sure. I mean, well, I mean,
there's other ones too, but that's just one.
Yeah, sure.
I do screenshot them all for evidential purposes.
Well, for what do you mean?
Well, proof of harassment. I'd rather go this from both sides. I'm not gonna play this for just one person. If the trolls want to keep harassing and targeting, then I have to document both sides of this. I do. If I document just one side, then there's bias.
I'm gonna tell you this: so are you trying to demonstrate that he is being trolled, like to police?
Harassment and trolling, yes. Now, if the trolls are removed.
Oh wait, but hang on. So if your goal is to like demonstrate that he's not being okay.
I have to document the fact that people are still trying to antagonize. Once they're gone, the process works. Because then there's no troll involvement, is there? Then he runs out of the excuse. But if the trolls keep doing it, I have to look at the fact that trolls also use all the horrible things they did to him, and they did the same things to me for calling out a predator. Why did they do that to me for calling out a predator? Ranking material fucked up. A lot of people in that group are completely scumbags about that shit. But why are they doing the same thing to me they did to him? It's more than just about Cyrax. I've said this. I want to know the whole story, the whole picture.
I think it's like, it's more about even anything Cyrax related. Like, I mean, I'm not. I get it. I get it.
Do you know what I'd be doing right now if I didn't have to deal with this shit ever for the last 2 years?
Living in Malibu with your soulmate?
No, I'd be playing video games quietly, peacefully. Probably a lonely loser with about 50 subs, and I'd be happy. Because video games were what made me happy. My life was shit. I know it was shit. But at least those were things that made me happy. I didn't have to deal with trolls. I wouldn't be covering this shit right now. I wouldn't be talking to you, no offense. I liked being alone in my video games. That's it.
You know what? In that regard, like, I'm sad that you're not happy, but I think you're a smart guy, and I do like you. So I guess maybe not for you, but for the silver lining for me, the world works in mysterious ways. I'm sad that your unhappiness is for my benefit, but that won't come in a malicious way. I can tell you that. Not from me. I'm sure. The people aren't going to ever leave you alone. Like, that's how it is, right?
What if they're all wiped out, though? You have
They're
to
not-
remember that this is more than just about Cyrax. This is about the internet as a whole, if you think about it. If you take Cyrax, he's one side of the
It's never
battlefield.
going to happen though. As long as there's
I don't really think you understand what I'm capable of.
you
I've done
think-
things you can't even imagine humanly possible.
Okay, well,
Did you know I took out half the state of California overnight with one good video and just the right people to send it to?
What do you mean by taking out?
Half
Half.
the state of California. There was a company that was preying on children and abusing the disabled for profits and money. They did despicable things that most people should never be allowed to get away with.
What company
One
was that?
video, Harbor
company-
Regional Center, statewide agency, meant to help people with disabilities with benefits, and turns out they never helped them. They just pocketed the money and abused them for years. Then comes along this guy named Tibbz and destroys all that in a night. Wish I had done it sooner.
So I mean, like, there's not enough details here.
It's because there's nothing left. I literally wiped it out.
So how'd you go about doing that?
The same way I'm doing what I'm doing right now. You guys think I'm the bad guy? Fine. It's fine. I don't care. I really don't. What I care about is solving the problem. If the internet has a real troll problem, how do you solve that problem?
Okay,
You
but
take it
how
away, we give them their power.
Harbor International?
I'm not going to repeat myself.
Okay, so I was just clarifying, like, so, and letting you know that, like, I'm paying attention and very interested, like, so
You know what you might find a lot more interesting?
What?
What do you know about the god of death, Johnny Varus? The real one.
I don't. Nothing.
Nothing. It's
Nothing.
all right. Most people don't until it's too late. I've noticed something in the last 2 years. There's something going on out there. It's fucked up. I don't know what it is. But this was a long time coming. The internet's not going to be here for very much longer, you know. People say it's going to be around forever. It's going to be around for at least a lot longer than it is now. No, it's not. This is more than just about Cyrax. This is more than just about trolls.
Well, so you're saying that the internet won't be around for a while?
It won't be around much longer.
Like, that's the way that, like, information is relayed at rapid speed. Like, I can't see a world without the internet.
I can. Go back about 100 years. We didn't have it. Now, go forward about 100 years. We definitely won't have it. The internet is not the pinnacle in the entire existence of human society. Right now, you want to solve the cancer that is online, you got to look at this entire experience of what we're on right now for what it is. They called
Speaking
it.
of grandiose statements.
They call it the World Wide Web. Do you know why they call it that?
Because it's worldwide.
The World Wide Web. What goes on the internet never leaves.
I don't think that it has anything to do with, like, why they call it the World Wide Web.
Why do you think they call it the World Wide Web?
Because it's something that connects the world wide. Like, that's just my ass take. Like, I don't.
It's all good. It's all good. Everybody has their own perspective. I get that. Well, right now, the trolls are a malicious entity online. I know that Cyrax has a history of his own bullshit online. What happens when you take two opposing forces and force them to confront each other in a way they both don't like? From what I understand, my experience, they cancel each other out. No more Cyrax, no more trolls. Especially when he's your golden nugget. And then what happens? Let's say the internet does keep going. That means I can go back to doing what I was doing that made me happy, and this time I want to deal with the bullshit. People take it as a joke now, but give it about 6 more months.
I think you're a little late, man.
That's fine. Better be late to the party than never show up at all. I'm telling you right now, all I want to be able to do is play my video games. People want to make it hard for me. Treat me like shit.
Let
Then
me
they're
ask
going
you
to be
this.
alone. They won't be around much
So
longer.
let me ask you this. Like, I don't like playing games unless they're online against people. Like,
I like the single player experience. It gives me a chance to be alone, do what I want. I don't need the PvP. I like mod support. I like Fallout 4. I like doing my own thing. I like to pretend that I'm living another life without all the bullshit, the real world in it. Sometimes get away from the people. Sometimes that could be a nice thing. That's me.
Yeah, well, I can only speak for myself. Like, I like being the number one party player in the world. By the way, I put up another 7 on Jumpington today. Over,
I like that.
Yeah,
it's good to be proud of that kind of stuff because it's an experience that is your own and it made you happy. That's the point of games.
it's not about. Well, I'll be honest here. It's not about being happy. It's about crushing people. You know,
It's about having. It's about having fun. Crushing people, that can be fun. Being alone in your own little world. Single player games, that's can be fun. We all have our own perspective of that, and that's why I respect what your take on that.
I mean, all right, fair enough. I don't know. Like, so you're saying like there's not going to be any internet news sources? Like the whole internet's going to be wiped out?
It's only a matter of time. Yeah. People don't take that seriously, but things are getting crazy out there. And mind you, there was once a world where we didn't have the internet and people were forced to touch grass. It's only a matter of time before it happens again.
Don't you think if the internet's gone, your video games will be gone too?
No, but you like the single player experience.
Yes. I am totally cool with that because if I cannot enjoy my games online, well, you guys won't be able to enjoy what you guys do either. You'll have to embrace a new way of life. And I cannot wait. Should be fun.
Okay, so you want people to troll you in real life is what you're saying.
Well, I think that's the thing. You won't have
In your house as opposed
you won't just lose the trolls though. Look at everything that's going to happen when the internet goes out. Your online banking, all the funds people are stupid enough to put onto the online. There goes all your money. How about your source of looking at the internet for all your information? There goes that. Texting and calling, you're gonna have to get off your ass and go like talk to somebody for once. Online dating, you're gonna have to actually know who you're talking to. There goes all those chance video problems right there. You want to talk about like filing up all your emails and shit? No, you're gonna have to actually send a real mail for once. It just goes on and on. You're losing more than people realize.
Yeah, so like for another example, like instead of showing his internet or showing his penis to what he thinks are kids on the internet, he'll go out there and actually flash kids.
And then he'll get shot in real life.
Well,
Think about that. It works both ways. It really does.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I kind of, I like even more. I got to be honest. I got to tell you, I think that, people are overly reliant. I can definitely say that for myself. I like where you're coming from here, Tibbz. I like where you're coming from. I don't think you'll be able to make it happen. No offense to you, but I like that you're a crusader in the cause.
My goal is a better world. That's it.
I mean, better. It's kind of subjective, but different.
Okay. Just better. Let people think whatever they think they want that mean. Whatever they think that means, let them. I know what a better world is. All predators must die. Men gotta be real men for once. Not everything needs to be online.
I just don't understand how you say all predators must die and then your fucking chances fucking shield. Like it doesn't make any sense, man. Like your statements compared to your actions don't
involvement
align.
has tainted the entire thing.
Here's the thing,
and plus, can I kill Chance? Is that something I can legally do right now?
Well, you can bait him out to your Airbnb and punch him in the face.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Well,
can I legally? The best thing I can do. But can I kill him? Is it legal for me to kill a man? Guilty of it or not?
Well, if you took down half the state of California, I don't see what taking down a chance.
No one died in the state of California falling, though. I'm asking you a simple question, Gigi.
I'm sure hundreds of people died if you took out half the state of California.
I'm asking you a simple question. Is it legal for me to just kill a man?
No, you got to get
Especially-
an Airbnb.
No, it's not,
Well,
I'm asking you. Is it
okay,
legal?
I'm going to use your
Let's-
logic. It is
It's
if
not
the police
my logic,
don't
it's
arrest
common
you.
sense. Is it legal to kill somebody?
Well, you weren't
Yes
arrested
or
for it,
no?
so yes.
Yes
I
or
guess
no?
yes.
No, I'm asking
Yes.
you a straight.
The
you
police
think
never
it's
arrested
legal-
you.
I'm not asking if I'm not caught. I'm not asking if
Well,
I
then
don't
yes.
get
I'm
arrested.
just using. I'm using
Is
your logic. Yes.
No, I'm asking you use the legal logic that you are aware that exists. Is it legal to just go out and kill a man, even if he's
According
guilty?
to you, yes.
Then you're a fucking idiot.
So
Okay.
let me ask you this. According to, and this is your justification here, if a guy is holding a sign, there's no legal justification to hit him with a baseball bat.
I think that if the police are there and they're able to do their job, you should not have the excuse. If a man's antagonizing your family, it's your job to protect your family and your home, especially when no one seems to give a shit what's going on.
What
It's
if
your
they
family.
deserve it?
If
What
they
if they
deserve
deserve
it, if they deserve it, then you're still not allowed to kill that man. But you sure as hell can whack him good.
Well, so you've been involved with like trolls for a while. Like, why don't you go out and kill April 23?
Well, there's a difference between killing and self-defense of your home and your family. Now, isn't there?
Yeah, but
Considering I'm alone.
What about
out
just
here in
whacking them
Michigan,
good? Just go whack them good because it's legal.
if she was stupid enough to come here and antagonize me,
Huh?
considering she wants to be a man, I suppose we could have a man-to-man fight. But right now, she don't come here, which is why we don't have the excuse. Considering she's from another entire county, she has no reason to come here in the first place. That's why most likely we won't have that problem now, will we? I'm asking you, is it legal to kill a man? The simple answer is no. It's not legal to. Even though predators are protected by police a lot in life, it is a thing. The fact of the matter is, all predators must die is my ultimate hoping endgame for all of them. Right now, I think the police suck. All of them. So, if you guys can't do your job and it's given them a scapegoat for him not to get held accountable, that's why I remove all the trolls. Because then I can do it in a way that even they say, he can't get out of it this time. But then again, why is everybody so butthurt about that idea if he's so goddamn guilty?
I was just thinking about like, I just came here to talk about with Gigi about like what a Cyrix documentary would consist of, like what it would take, and it just like I'm blown away. Like, okay, you know what? Like maybe I just need to give up on it. Like, because it's just never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. Yeah,
it might. Never say never. Remember, anything's possible.
maybe
You just gotta be willing to try new things.
Yeah, like maybe doing it earlier, being more organized. I'm not, but yeah, I don't. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, it was good talking to you, Marty. I might go ahead and do some stuff, but if anything, so it's good to see you. Or talk to
Always
you, I
a
guess.
pleasure. Always a pleasure, Tibbz. God bless.
I will let you guys know if I find anything, and if anything, I'll see you guys around.
Stay vigilant.
right.
Good luck with all your endeavors.
I'll try.
All right, good sir.
Oh,
The documentary, it's
yeah.
maybe there need to be different hours and yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't even know, man. Like that's hard on the head because he's just looking for any excuse to give to Cyrix. And like, I mean, if that's his goal, like it's all, I mean, which it obviously is. It's just he's just mad at whoever the fuck's trolling him, and he thinks, I'm gonna, get in people's way with this Cyrix bullshit, and then they're all gonna be really mad, and I'm gonna fucking feel good about, taking something away that the trolls enjoy. Like that's literally it. Like, he hasn't really thought it through because like he says he doesn't want to, abuse kids or hurt kids or do all this other stuff, you know what I mean? But, at the same time, like the statements he's making would imply that would need to take place. Like, so it's a reach, man.
Keep this in mind though, like this is a guy who's taken down the entire state of California. Like maybe
That's half the state, I think.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to exaggerate.
No, any grandiose. You don't make grandiose statements.
Yeah. Oh my god, man. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand why somebody would position themselves like in front of like trying to be I don't know, like I'm gonna be Cyrax's fucking protectorate and put that out there to everybody and come online and say that, like, I'm gonna defend a fucking known internet pedophile. My name is Tibbz. Here's my channel. What's up? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess like.
I mean, what do they say? Any attention is good attention. So maybe that's it, right?
I don't think it's as simple as that, Gigi.
Well, I don't think so either, but I mean, maybe that's what he thinks.
Heck, no, that's there's no way. No, this is a guy who's got a much greater agenda than the internet. Like it's about removing the internet
Yeah. I
so we
mean,
can do stuff.
so you could do stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we're not like dude. How?
I mean, if the internet wasn't around, fucking, I could
Yeah.
probably do stuff too, but fucking internet, man.
Well, so then you should be supportive.
I know how he feels. Like, I support him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I
get rid
hope,
of this shit so I could do stuff.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know. So I don't know how Sarks will feel about being called like a low IQ retard.
I'm sure he's okay with it as long as like somebody's like saying that they're on his side and defending him. I'm sure he'll give it a pass,
You know what's sad to me is that he doesn't have enough faith and chance to speak for himself, or even with his defender.
Yeah, but Chance is like a little like baby victim, to him. And like, you know how Cyrax is. He loves playing that angle. He loves playing up the victim. And as long as Tibbz will treat him like the victim, Cyrax will be happy to play that role. Like he doesn't need internet attention. All Cyrax needs is one person's undivided attention. Like that's why it's so easy for people to keep him offline.
Michael Hacking, for example.
Yeah. Like all that one, if he can get one person's undivided attention, he won't come online for anything. Like, but
what do you think is more likely for Tibbz to turn against Cyrax or Cyrax to turn against Tibbz?
Cyrax is going to turn against Tibbz. I see it coming, and it won't be even probably like long, maybe a couple months, tops. But like,
you think that long?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm probably like being way too optimistic on that. It's probably like a week,
You want, when you say optimistic, it's almost like you.
Well, I mean optimistic as in like looking at it from their angle, but you know what I mean, like giving them credit on the timeline, optimistic outlook. But as far as our optimism goes, like shorter would be the way to describe that, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think it'll take long, honestly. Like it won't take long. Cyrax is gonna get something in his head that Tibbz is buddy trolling him or fucking him over or stealing something from him.
Tibbz said that it's possible that Cyrax could be a child predator based off of things that he's seen.
Yeah.
But there's no point in pushing that because there'll just be some other people who occupy his time and keep him away.
Oh yeah, that's all it is. I know. That's why it's really kind of like whatever at this point. Like go and hang out with them if that's what you're if you're gonna do. I mean, it'll just be funny to see how it folds. Like, might actually be some content worth paying attention to.
Well, you might not have enjoyed it, but I do. He's an interesting guy. Interesting enough? No, and again, I don't think that Tibbz is a bad guy. And I'm tired of the whole Cyrus game, anyways. I just want to tell the story properly and move on to other things.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Well, I get it. I haven't even watched any Cyrax either. I don't know what he's doing. I don't even care. Like I don't know, man. The group that came in with the, the weird attitude, the MF goons and all those fucking idiots, man, they just sucked the life out of the whole thing, man. Like, says a lot about like somebody who could do that. You know what I mean? Like, but they did it.
I'm gonna watch 5 minutes of this 50-minute video, and then I'm gonna watch the rest tomorrow. Keith Jorgensen wearing a hitman.
You want some jack off material, bitch?
You're the one asking to see what another
He's twacked out.
man looks like a little
No,
bitch
because you're a
faggot.